Hey yo, today on Famous Criminals, I'm talking about Aaron Carter. If you haven't heard of this jit, then congratulations, you're not missing much. His story might be important because it shows how you can have everything and then lose it. Aaron was born December 7th, 1987 in Tampa, Florida. His parents ran a retirement home. Now his older brother Nick Carter would be discovered by a creepy old con artist named Lou Pearlman. This guy was behind a lot of boy bands, and some people, including members of these bands, claimed that he would try to seduce them, and Rich Cronin described Lou Pearlman as a pedophile hustler. Lou would often steal money from his artist and ended up going to jail for a Ponzi scheme. Truly a piece of fucking shit. It's interesting that this was the man responsible for the Backstreet Boys and Aaron Carter. Aaron obviously got connected to Lou through his brother. Nick Carter was very supportive in Aaron's career, appearing in his first music videos. And by the way, I'm not the biggest fan of this hairstyle. Aaron's debut album would be released in 1997. Now the music itself was not good, but it's easy to market kids' music. That's kind of why Lou Pearlman is a sick genius. Parents would just buy their kid the Aaron Carter CD and leave it with their kids while they go drinking. I feel like I'm in the wrong business sometimes. This kid's music, it doesn't have to be good, but it'll still sell a fuck ton. And if you don't believe me, look at how much Kids Bop sold. Aaron's first album sold 1 million copies, mostly in European countries. His leading single, Crush on You, sold 250,000 copies in Germany. Now, jump-starting Aaron's career might be one of the worst things Germany has ever done.
Großer Star. Mit seinem ersten Song Crush on You schaffte er auf Anhieb den Sprung in die...
Around this time, the Backstreet Boys were becoming extremely successful, so Aaron had an opportunity to ride his brother's wave. Lou Pearlman would sell Aaron's publishing to Jive Records in the year 2000, and at the age of 12, he released his second album, Aaron's Party, Come Get It. This album featured a cover of the song I Want Candy and another song called That's How I Beat Shaq. Now these tracks do not hold up in 2022, but in the year 2000, it sold 3 million records in the US. Aaron was a superstar, touring all over the world with the Backstreet Boys and Britney Spears. He made television appearances on Nickelodeon and Disney, and he came out with 2 DVDs, each of them selling 100,000 copies. This fucking kid was unstoppable. That's when he caught the attention of Michael Jackson.
Finally said, okay, if you love me, you sleep on the bed. I was like, oh man.
Now some things never change because Michael Jackson made a song with Aaron Carter and about 15 artists who were popular at the time, and they're singing about making the world a better place. It's funny because Lil Dicky did the exact same thing a few years ago, and both songs are shitty. Aaron Carter would spend lots of time with Michael Jackson, and people have always speculated that Michael Jackson participates in child titillation, but Aaron has defended Michael, saying that he was never deedled.
It really pisses me off that people think about Michael like that. Because,
I do.
Well, you're wrong.
No, but wait.
You and Aaron, was it Aaron Carter and you?
Yeah.
I will say this about Michael Jackson, it's that him and the rest of the world have one thing in common, and that's that they lost interest in Aaron Carter as he got older. His 2001 album, Oh Aaron, was the last time he'd ever go platinum. Nick Carter, by the way, played a big role in the song Oh Aaron and would perform it live with him. So at the age of 14, Aaron was at the peak of his success, and he would never reach that again for the rest of his life. His follow-up album, Another Earthquake, didn't even go gold, but he would still be somewhat relevant, guest starring in shows like All That and Liberty's Kids. He was still on the grind. However, Aaron's parents were disappointed by the dismal record sales of Another Earthquake, so they filed a lawsuit against Lou Pearlman, alleging that he owed them hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now this is very complicated because Aaron signed a contract and he wouldn't have a career without this guy, but he did rip him and tons of other people off, but they settled the lawsuit outside of court. Now Jive Records knew that Aaron Carter was pretty much finished. They released a greatest hits album, Most Requested Hits, that sold 50,000 copies total, and Jive Records decided not to invest in creating new music for Aaron since each album he released declined in sales. Like I said earlier, the whole world seemed to have lost interest in Aaron now that he had gone through puberty. A little disturbing. There was one man who still had faith in him, and that was Lou Pearlman. In 2005, Lou signed him to his own label, Transcontinental, and he released a single called Saturday Night. Of course, Lou Pearlman's creepy ass was in the video, but the song actually wasn't bad, definitely better than the cringe music that he made before. However, this single saw no success. And for some reason, Jive Records released another greatest hits album for Aaron in 2006, and all the songs were recorded before 2003. It kind of shows how greedy record labels were back then because they're just repackaging old songs and putting them on a new CD. Our old friend Lou filed a lawsuit against Aaron because he wanted to keep him under contract, even though he was underage when he signed it. And before this lawsuit could go anywhere, Lou Pearlman would go on the run because he was being investigated for defrauding investors out of $1 billion. Yeah, it was a big-time Ponzi scheme. He eventually got arrested, and Aaron Carter was no longer part of his record label. This would obviously leave Aaron disgruntled with the music industry, so he set his sight on TV, Meet the Carters. The main draw to this show was Nick Carter because he was still selling millions with the Backstreet Boys, and the premise was all the Carter siblings living in one house, and the show wasn't that good and it was canceled after 8 episodes. One takeaway I got is that the two of them are very similar to each other, especially how they talk, and they're kind of like Jake and Logan Paul.
No, is there any, no, respect me. I'm gonna go to sleep at 12
Okay,
o'clock.
then go to sleep at 12.
But please no music.
You say this every night.
Yeah, but let me tell you something real quick. You're gonna turn the music down and respect me,
Hey,
all right?
spit in my face,
all right?
dog. Don't
all
spit
right?
in my
After this, Aaron kind of fucked off for a few years and started developing a negative relationship against his mother. It turns out that during his peak, he made about $100,000 per show, and Aaron's mom pocketed most of it. Not only that, but she broke into her ex-husband's house to beat up his girlfriend while Aaron was there. It's not really surprising. A lot of these child stars have crazy parents that live vicariously through their kids, and Aaron Carter was arrested in 2008. They found some chronic in his car. Then he joined the cast of Dancing with the Stars in 2009. He probably needed some weed money. Well, actually, this is when he started taking Xanax on a daily basis. Then after 4 years, Aaron made another attempt at music with a song called Dance With Me featuring Flo Rida. The song doesn't quite hold up today, but it was pretty passable in 2010. The song got about 100,000 views on YouTube, and Aaron was disappointed because that was supposed to be his comeback song. So in 2011, he entered a treatment facility to deal with his emotional issues, and after spending a month in rehab, he was playing shows again. Surprisingly, during this time, Justin Bieber reached out to Aaron Carter for guidance because they were both teen stars, and if anyone could relate to Justin, it'd be Aaron. The smart thing to do would be link up with him, take a picture, maybe make a song. This would have helped Aaron revitalize his career. Instead, he told Justin to go fuck himself and that he saw Justin as competition. So in 2012, Aaron Carter's sister Leslie Carter would die from an overdose. Aaron would go on to say that she sexually abused him when he was 10 to 13 years old in a series of tweets. I'm not saying Aaron is lying, but it is interesting that he's willing to speak out against family members, dead family members, but he's never said anything about Lou Pearlman or Michael Jackson. Aaron must have been living from the money he made as a teenager because he wasn't doing shit besides an odd show here and there. It seemed like he started to have financial problems in 2013, like he was running out of money. Turned out that he was $3.5 million in debt and owed the IRS $1.3 million. So this is when he put his foot back into the music industry and went on a tour with 166 shows. These shows usually had around 300 people in the audience, not too bad for someone who hadn't had a hit in over 10 years, and he played all of his old songs. God damn, 166 shows. That's pretty fucking intense, but I guess he needed the money to avoid jail. After this tour, he went back to writing music and developed a small following on SoundCloud, about 3,000 followers to be exact. He released an EP in 2015, and in my opinion, it's not too bad. I don't think that he wrote these songs himself, but he does have a decent singing voice. However, he'd go on another tour, and he didn't want to play his old songs, and the audience was upset. A couple of times he'd freak out on stage because his fans kept yelling, "I want candy."
No, not happening. Not happening. I'm 28, honey. I'm grown. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Alright? Look, when I come out with my fifth album and I'm doing bigger shows, I'll do I Want Candy then, okay? Alright, you want a boot? Okay, hold on. It's really.
Can't help but feel a little bad for him. He's trying to revive himself, but people keep reminding him that he peaked during his childhood. This would make anyone crazy. He'd attempt to make music with new artists like deadmau5 and Huey Mack. Huey Mack said that in 2016, Aaron Carter was living in somebody else's guest house and drove a 1992 BMW. Even though the two of them spent an entire day together, Aaron Carter forgot who he was a year later.
Go into the back house of somebody's property, not Aaron's.
Oh, man.
And he has a little back house on somebody's property. And I remember saying something to him, and I wasn't being, like, disrespectful by it. I was like, how'd you end up here? Like, how...
That's what you think to say. Like, not being rude, but...
No, I was like, how'd you
end up here?
How'd you get this spot? And it was somebody's back house. And he looks at me dead in the eyes. He goes, a lot of hard work. It was like a shitty ass back house. And he's driving like a 1992 BMW. And I play him some records. And he looks at me and goes, yeah, none of these are special. We spent the whole day writing songs. I haven't heard one of them since because he won't text me back. Weird. And then I have a show with him out of nowhere like a year later. We haven't spoke since.
Tasty.
And I go up to him and I'm like, yo, what's up? And he's like, hi, I'm Aaron. And I was like, you don't remember the entire day?
Of course he was. He was on the Zans.
An intern for Aaron claimed that he owed him $50,000, and there was footage of Aaron yelling at random people in the streets of Malibu. And things would get harder in 2017 when his dad passed away from a heart attack. This same year, Aaron came out as bisexual, but he didn't really specify whether he's a bottom or a top, and he's never been seen with another man. On a Vlad TV interview, he confessed that he's never actually banged a dude. This bisexual confession would get Aaron a lot of clout, and he even started performing at gay clubs. I don't know if he's trying to be funny, but he can be hilarious.
I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and your support with the LGBT community and my announcement. That means a lot. Yes, I am a bisexual man. So, that mother right there is gorgeous. You're gorgeous. He's cute.
He went on TMZ saying that he'd never get a DUI, only to get one a few days later, and he just looks super methed out in this mugshot. Now, while he was in jail, his cellmate wanted him to sing I Want Candy, and Aaron was like, come on, man, I got new stuff. And being bisexual comes in handy when you're in jail, but he did bond out pretty quickly. Now, that didn't stop him from driving while fucked up, because on September 6, 2017, Aaron bought a gun and started threatening his family members. He apparently totaled his BMW and broke his nose. It was possible that this accident gave him brain damage. Members of his family believed he was going through a mental breakdown and could possibly commit suicide. Aaron responded on TMZ saying that he doesn't talk to his family except for his mom, and he appeared on this show called The Doctors to further exploit his bisexual claim. And later that year, Aaron threatened suicide and the cops came to his house. He went to rehab for 2 days, then tried to buy a gun. His family put a flag on him because he might shoot himself. He was doing a lot of shit. He definitely gave TMZ a lot to work with. So early 2018, all this trouble he got in made him somewhat relevant again, and he released his first full-length album in 16 years, Love. This album actually had positive reception, and it is pretty well put together. He obviously didn't have a mainstream audience, but the main singles got 3 million views each, pretty established. Aaron would catch the attention of internet groupie Selena Powell. She thought that he was one of the Backstreet Boys, but he corrected her by saying that he was the I Want Candy guy.
Like, oh, like, that's Aaron Carter, like, let me hit him up. And I DM'd him, and then he DM'd me back. I don't know, we got to the same LA. I had thought he was the one from the Backstreet Boys. I thought he was Nick Carter.
His brother is in the Backstreet
Yeah,
Boys.
I thought that was him. So when I went to his house and I saw the Disney Channel thing, I was like, you were on the Disney Channel? He was like, yeah, I did, Lizzie McGuire, or whatever her name is. I was like, really? I was like, wait, like, what song? And then he was like telling me like the I Want Candy. I was like, oh my God, that's you? And then I started playing like I Want Candy while recording him. And he's like, play some of my new music. I was like, I don't know your new music. Like, I thought you were the Backstreet Boys. And he got offended at that. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm done here. At this point, he was like living in like a shack, like in the middle. I'm telling you, like his house was not all that. Like,
So you don't believe he's rich?
Now,
He claimed he made like $10 million this year.
oh, crack is one hell of a drug.
You think he's on crack? Did you see him do drugs?
Bro, he was on a lot of pills, but he told me it was all prescription. I was like,
What was he on? Was it when he just broke his jaw? Because he told us he had to take pain pills for his jaw, but he said that's it.
Everything was working fine, and he was super. I just thought he was the Backstreet Boys. I ain't gonna lie. So I was like, all right, this is cool.
How could one man be?
Aaron has to repeatedly go through this, being associated with his old shitty music and being mistaken for his more successful brother. She also said that he lived in a very small house and was on a lot of pills.
I want benzos.
Later in 2018, some dickbag named Aaron Rosenberg, who was Justin Bieber's entertainment attorney, said, "We're glad Justin didn't end up like Aaron Carter." Aaron was obviously pissed about this, and the two tweeted back and forth and then made up. I don't even know why I called him a dickbag. That's a pretty solid point considering it's rare for child stars to stay relevant into adulthood. In 2019, this was the year I was first introduced to Aaron Carter through his many No Jumper interviews. And to summarize his interviews, Aaron exaggerates how much money he has, and he accuses his brother Nick of sexual assault. These interviews with him would get millions of views.
No offense, I'm bisexual, so my dream is to be on World Star. I love World Star. I don't wear glasses that aren't actually prescribed to me. I have a stigma in my right eye. Don't question my IQ again. Sony Records and Steve Zapp ripped me off, and I'm suing them. I'm a pyro, don't wanna let go. So basically my insides are as old as a 90-year-old man. I used to save my twin sister when she would take 11, 12 bars at a time. I got an IQ of 58. I'll tell you how many bricks I got in my house. 58. The test isn't that hard. Don't insult my intelligence. I went to school. No, I'm opening up my own dispensary. I made over $3 million doing real estate, $9 million off of real estate. I do over 250 shows a year. And then I got 200 booked for next year. Top 40, 2 songs in top 40 radio at the same time. I've been making beats for 13 years. I also did private tutoring for 6 years. I own a house. I don't even need a face tat. I have a face tat because I'm smart as fuck. Guess what I did? I litigated my own case, and then when I was 15, I started dealing, cocaine and ecstasy, just because my parents weren't giving me an allowance or nothing. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna trap, whatever, and that's what I did. So I've been in over 1,000 blogs in the last 3 days.
Blogs, they are body shaming me every day.
Now let me touch up on Aaron's accusations against Nick. I believe Aaron has serious integrity issues, and he is the type of dude to just say anything about anyone. However, it also wouldn't surprise me if he suffered some kind of abuse growing up. Aaron Carter started dating Jenna Shea. Now Jenna is mostly known for banging famous people like Lil Wayne, James Harden, Soulja Boy, and she was a huge fan of the Backstreet Boys and wanted to date Nick Carter's brother. The two of them fell in love, I guess, and she started to realize he had some serious psychological issues like manic depression. and maybe schizophrenia. And when she wasn't looking, Aaron would look through her pill bottles. And I guess his fucking ex-girlfriend, Lena Valentina, stabbed him, and he got a restraining order. Aaron would get a bunch of stupid fucking face tattoos. He broke up with Jenna and started banging Melanie Martin. Jenna Shea, of course, left some mean tweets saying that she was with Aaron just because she liked Nick, and that he's the less talented Carter. The last thing Aaron did in 2019 was buy a house in Lancaster. So we're in 2020 now. He's doing the same shit, claiming to have made hundreds of millions of dollars, saying that his parents stole money from him, and he's still talking shit about his older brother Nick. Him and his girlfriend Melanie Martin got into a domestic dispute, and then he tattooed her name on his forehead. He of course started an OnlyFans. I'm not surprised, but he started acting like an idiot on Instagram Live.
Fuck!
What's up?
Aaron fucking Carter?
Who is you?
Who is you? I'm ready to start playing Aaron's party right now, motherfucker.
I don't even know. Listen here, bitch. I don't know what that is. Why are your eyes so tweaked out? You alright? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why the fuck you talking to me like that?
Why
You're
you saying motherfucker? Don't call me motherfucker and don't expect me not to retaliate, bitch. Oh. Who you looking at? They gonna help you? Don't call me motherfucker. Got it? Hey, look at me. Don't call me motherfucker. And then get pissed off when someone calls you motherfucker and calls you a bitch right back, alright? You reap what you sow.
Okay.
Alright? Apologize.
Okay.
Apologize.
Alright.
Say I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, guess what?
I'm sorry.
Alright, you are?
No.
Then fuck you, bitch. I know you're not sorry. Go smoke, go do some more meth. You seen your eyes? Look at, you're in the light and your eyes are, oh my God, look at you. Go get your nails done. Go get your nails done. You can't afford to get your nails done? And your roof?
Oh, bitch. Bitch, please.
Bitch, ho, please. Nobody cares about you. The world doesn't even know you. Go get your hair done.
What?
Go get your hair done. Go get your hair done, ho.
Do you like having people watch everything you do?
What do you care? Apparently you're watching, so you're clearly fucking here.
Yeah, and I'm a fan, and it's really...
You're not a fan. You're not gonna come in here and be like, motherfucker. No. What's up, bitch?
Wait, your puppy's really cute.
And you're not.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know you now. Go back on your YouTube channel. Go back in your fucking little fucking shit. Go do what you gotta do. I know all you guys, alright? I hope you don't fart with that laugh.
No. Dead ass, dude. I can't even believe you accepted my request first off.
And then you insult me.
Aaron!
You don't know me. You don't know me from a can of paint.
Stuff since Lizzie McGuire.
I don't care. I'm not Lizzie McGuire. Who's that?
Aaron Party. Ooh, that shit's my jam.
I don't give a fuck. Okay, kid, stay in your little fucking nostalgic 12-year-old box. Why don't you grow up? Grow up. Get with the times. Get with the times. Don't come on my shit and call me motherfucker and talking about, I don't even know what Aaron's party is. Alright? This shit don't know what Aaron's party is.
You know, I like Aaron because he's a fucking asshole. He's just snapping on his fans, and I think it's hilarious. 2021, Aaron started off the year claiming to be a GD gang member on Instagram. He had a boxing match with Lamar Odom, and as we all know, Aaron beat Shaq, but that was prime Aaron. Lamar Odom predictably beat down Aaron Carter, and a lot of media people, including Wendy Williams, were rooting for Aaron Carter because Lamar Odom isn't as cute as him, I guess. And Aaron supposedly made around $15,000, which isn't bad at all considering prelim fighters in the UFC make that, and they're actually professionals. He got banned from Book Cameo because he's very non-sincere, and since Aaron is mentally unstable and probably won't get better, he decided to have a kid. 2022, Aaron Carter is going live with Ghost World and Kent Street TV, The main person Aaron likes is Joker Gang 305. He would argue with his baby mama on live frequently, and I guess they're broken up.
What Nick used to tell me. That's why I'm just telling you that I'm not in love with you anymore. I don't love you, and I don't want to be with you. You don't care about it? Why? Because you think you're going to manipulate yourself? And all right, cool. All right, well, you know what? I'll meet you in court then. Custody. I got to get a paternity test to prove he's mine so I can make sure that I can take care of him financially.
Aaron just uploaded a video of Melanie leaving with a suitcase and Aaron giving her court papers.
Melanie, look. You've been served. Got her on camera. You've been served. Got you on camera. You're served. Angel, she just got served. You know how it works. You know how it works. May 13th, 8:30 a.m. Melanie, look.
So looks like Aaron is single, and maybe the next person he'll date will be a man and he could finally prove his bisexuality. Earlier today, Aaron told the Joker that Melanie accidentally called him Nick.
Goes, do you smoke crack or meth? And I looked at her and I was like, kept my cool. And then she goes, oh, by the way, Nick. And I said, Nick.
What the fuck?
Why are you calling me Nick? When
They
the whole
shouldn't
world
be calling
knows
you
that-
by your brother's name.
But here's the odd part about that. You're calling me Nick, and she's a white girl that looks like a Backstreet Boys fan, right? And Nick wants to ruin my life because I called him out for being a rapist. Nick is a rapist. Now, I'm not going to say the word allegedly. There are court documents proving it. All right? And you guys are sitting here chastising me, talking about Nick. You think Nick's relevant compared to me? Yo, Joker, I'm going to be honest with you. Who's more relevant?
You.
No, be honest with me, guys. I don't care. It won't hurt.
No, for real, you.
Aaron told Joker that Melanie accidentally called him Nick, which I've done a few times, and he called the police on her. I guess Aaron is going to release new music with the help of Morgan Matthews, and hopefully Mr. Matthews keeps him in check and they can make some good music together. Final thoughts. This is probably the longest video I made. I'm looking forward to making something else tomorrow. Hopefully I can be really successful and fall off so I can end up like a dickbag like Aaron. Aaron is a difficult person. He has trouble being in sincere relationships, especially with his family. I'm not a doctor, but it's pretty clear he's schizophrenic and bipolar. His fame peaked when he was 13, 14. And imagine being as successful as you're ever gonna be when you're that young. It would make a lot of people crazy, especially since his brother Nick continued to be successful. He continued to play shows with 10, 20,000 people in the audience. And if Aaron played his cards right, he could have still been opening for the Backstreet Boys. He just made bad career decisions. I honestly don't feel bad for him because he's been given way more opportunities than the average person. Boo-hoo, he's not as popular as he used to be. Every child star or pop star in general, their fame peaks eventually. I mean, you can't be on top forever unless you're Drake, especially if you're as lazy as Aaron is. He just seems like a really disrespectful and immature person. Personally, it's hard for me to identify with someone that's never experienced real life, someone that's never had an actual job or struggled. I guess I'm saying he's spoiled and doesn't want to grow up. Good luck to him anyway. And shout out to Millie for making this thumbnail. And remember, kids, Jesus watches you when you masturbate. I'm out.
Like little cheese pop. I came in here, I put $20,000 around your neck, actually. They don't know my culture. Bro, I was a rapper. And then like 19, after I turned 18, I got all my trust fund money. I'm not a rapper though. You don't know what set I claim? Like, ill. You guys are disgusting if you do coke.
I was huffing because I'm a drug addict.
I'm just keeping it real. If you want me to get on some 6ix9ine shit, of course I'm gonna rat. I have 2 missions. Protect the women and rat.